music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Married to Medicine. This is season 5, part 3, bitch. Part 3 of the reunion. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm almost happy it's over because it just took forever, okay? And we got the Real Housewives of Potomac coming up. We got the, the endings part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I'm interested in all this of Married to Medicine and get on to some other things. Today's lipstick is Kat Von D. The color is K-Dub. I do love it. This is maybe the second time I've wore it since I bought it recently. But yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, I do love it. It's really cool. It's a liquid lipstick. Got it from Sephora. This part of the reunion was split up into 2 parts. It was half, let's deal with Quad and Gregory and their issues, and the other half, let's deal with Simone and Cecil issues. I'm torn between thinking this reunion did not need 3 parts and thinking, I'm happy they took the time to jump into both situations and not rush it. So, we see how Greg says what happens with him and this lady at this hotel room, honey. So, Greg is saying, I did something dumb. Me and a friend was at a hotel. We met some girls. Got a room. Went up to the room with these ladies. He then said once he got up there, he realized he was fucking up the church's money. He couldn't do it. And so he left. However, because he got the room in his name, you stupid. He said once he left, the girls stayed the whole night. First of all, if I pay for the room, we both gotta go. And when we leave, let's wipe all the fingerprints down. Let's just get all this stuff wiped away. But nope, he said she stayed the night, and then the next morning they put a receipt under the door, and she kept the receipt and tried to blackmail them with the receipt. And I said, I've been to a lot of hotels in my life. Good ones, bad ones, and all kinds of ones. My 36 years. And even at the best hotels. Like, I remember I was in Chicago at, this lovely, this Marriott in downtown Chicago. And they don't put no receipts underneath your door. You have to go down and check out. And, you're given a receipt then. But I've never known a hotel to put a receipt under the door. I don't know if Atlanta's different, because all hotels are different. We have some where you don't get a receipt at all. I'm just saying I've never had a receipt put up under my door. I've had, the hotel staff leave everything else at the door. Bottles of champagne, some little food. No, they don't leave it at the door. They knock on the door. But yeah, they don't leave. I'm like, that was weird to me. I don't know. Maybe she ordered room service and they brought a receipt up for the room service, and maybe because the rooms was in his name, and maybe that, I don't know. Anywho, he said how it happened about a year ago. And, it's weird to me because if you think about it, if it happened a year ago, that means it happened around the time, either right before they started filming or in the midst of them filming the season. So if you recall when the whole thing of Jackie and Curtis cheating scandal came out, all the couples were talking. And I think Quad said she wouldn't tolerate cheating. I think Quad and Gregory had a conversation about that. And I just feel like this. Quad all season, we said, Quad don't like her husband. We said Quad act different with her husband. It's something and we don't know what it is. Okay, now we know Quad was upset because this happened with her husband. However, I feel like we was hoodwinked and bamboozled all season because you was saying other shit. You didn't say nothing about this man doing something that you ain't ready to talk about. You kept on saying, well, he doesn't show me affection, or he doesn't show me love. He don't do this and he don't do that. He don't show me this, he don't show me that. I feel like the reasons you were giving us for y'all having issues was fake. Like, you were pissed at your husband because he possibly could have fucked somebody else. And that's a real valid reason to be pissed off. But I just feel like that wasn't what she put on all this season. I felt like she put on like we having issues, and we've been having issues, because she said it before, we've been having issues for the past couple years. I haven't said anything. It's kind of all over the place for me. And, you know, she was upset with him because he didn't tell me anything. And he said, well, no, I did tell you. You didn't tell me nothing. I found out from the media because she was going to blackmail us, you know. And he kept saying how he didn't humble himself, how Curtis humbled himself and came with his, you know, tucked between his legs. And, you know, I'm sorry. He said, I didn't do that because I didn't do anything. He said, I was wrong for getting in the room, even going there with her. However, I didn't do anything. And so that was one thing. Even Quad saying how, you know, he didn't even apologize. He just said, well, you know, she want to blackmail us, and you gonna help me fix it or not, which is rude and disrespectful. So again, it was these little things that we weren't privy to. But it's weird because it's like, did y'all put on, see, did y'all give us fake reasons to we're talking about this real reason? But I'm like, I was just confused. I really, really was. You know, you got Simone yelling. And I'm like, Simone, when you yell, no one listens to you because you too damn loud, and they just ready to be quiet. If Simone said things in a calm demeanor, people would listen to her more. But she be yelling so damn loud, her voice so damn scratchy. It's just stupid. You know, she telling them how, you know, y'all so dumb. Y'all in Atlanta, y'all on TV. It's women looking for y'all, and they have a motive. Y'all can't be this stupid. And I completely agree. And she said it in a calm tone, so I was able to hear it. I'm like, but girl, stop yelling. You know, Greg and Quad, for the most part, are unhappy in their marriage. The same way that Jackie and Curtis was. Curtis was unhappy. Jackie was unhappy. Curtis went out and he cheated. Quad was unhappy. Greg was unhappy. Greg was going to cheat and he didn't. Because as he said he didn't do it, the girl also did an interview with, I think, the Shade Room, and she said nothing did happen. Once they got the room, he got spooked and left, and said he didn't want to do it, and he left. So it doesn't make it right, because he still tried to cheat. But at the same time, if you think about it, he did the exact same thing I'm pretty sure Jackie Wish Curtis did, which is not went through with it and had the sex. And it doesn't make the betrayal of attempting to do it hurt any less. But at the same time, at least he came to his senses and did not physically cheat on his wife. But I really believe Quad and Gregory need to just break the fuck up. Like, done. And just move on. And it was just weird to me, because I'm like, now we have this whole new dynamic of issues. My thing is, I can give a fuck less about my husband taking some goddamn trash out if he out here getting hotel room with bitches. Okay, I wouldn't be fussed about the goddamn trash now, bitch. I'm not gonna fuss about that. Now I'm gonna fuss about this goddamn hotel room bill. You spend our hard-earned money on a goddamn hotel room. Is you stupid? Bro, what? And you a married man? You couldn't make that hotel? No, what? You pay for the room in your name. Are you so you want to embarrass me? That would have been my issue. It wouldn't have had nothing to do with no goddamn trash, and he don't really love me. It would have been he attempted to cheat on me, and I want to crack his skull. So yeah, I feel like they gave us other issues that I'm still confused about, when they should have been giving us this issue. This is a valid fucking reason for Quad to act the way she acted all season. But I'm like, you never mentioned it. So for me, it's weird about that. And it's weird because, like, if y'all unhappy, you know, just get divorced. But when Jackie and Curtis said that, y'all was like, oh, no, don't get divorced. When Simone and Cece said, no, they want to get divorced. Oh, no, don't get divorced. Oh, but when and you said that, but when Gregory almost cheat on Quad, but he doesn't, and Quad saying she's unhappy on her marriage, you're going to tell them to divorce, but you didn't want nobody else to get divorced. How is that even? How? If y'all fighting for happy homes and happy marriages, why wouldn't you tell them something y'all told Simone and Cecil? Get counseling, try to work it out, try to move past this and get back to being happy in your marriage. But nah. Okay, it is what it is. We do see Quad saying how, she trying to put up a good fight for her marriage, but she feel like Greg isn't, willing to do the work, and he don't want to fight for the marriage either, from her perspective. And I still don't fully get real vibes or feelings from Quad, but what I did realize is Gregory didn't say, I want to be with my wife. I don't want to. He didn't say as much, and I think it's because Greg is over it. I think Greg is over the marriage as well, but I think Greg is over the marriage just because it seems as if so is Quad. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, if you feel like what, she over the marriage too, so am I. So at that point, get a divorce. Just move the fuck on. Simone and Cecil. Simone was completely over her marriage. Simone didn't want to hear no rhyme or reason. She didn't want to hear anyone tell her anything about something, how she should do differently. She wasn't trying to hear shit no one had to say. She didn't want to hear nothing about if Cecil want to do something. She didn't want to hear nothing, okay? She's completely over it. She's made her mind up and she wants to move the frick on, and she's like, I'm done. Cecil was saying how, for him, he wasn't raised with parents who said, I love you. I love you. I love you. He wasn't raised with that. And I think some people don't realize how that can affect a person growing up. It's the equivalent of, if you was raised around people who consistently cuss, you would probably grow up and cuss like a sailor, because that's what you're used to. And like me, I grew up in a household where we consistently say, I love you. Well, I talk to my mama every day. I talk to my mom every day. And I would talk to my dad all the time too. And whenever hey mom, hey dad, and when I would greet them in person, I would give them a hug and a kiss every time. And when I would leave, I would say, hey, love you too. So I was raised in a house where we said, I love you. However, my sister was raised in that same house, and she doesn't always do that. My sister's a little bit different, but it isn't as if she can't say, I love you. She just does not say it as much, but she's able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think for Curtis, as he said, his family did not say, I love you. They showed it. So that's how he was raised. So in his mind, I'm showing my wife I love her. But in her mind, he's not telling me he loved me, and that's an issue. And, when Eugene then says, with sometime in marriage, you have to meet a person where they are. And what he meant was, this man don't say it, but he tries his best to show it. And if he loves you, can you meet him where he is? Because he loves you. And when he tried to say that, Eugene, anybody asked you? So she shut him down, because again, someone ain't trying to hear nobody's shit. But what I was offended by was when Toya then came in saying, how it was wrong, how Cecil did not verbally say he wants his marriage, and when they were still there talking at the bar, and he up here with his ring on, but he didn't once say he want to stay married. He easily said how he loved this other woman who was his best friend as a sister. But I'm like, Simone letting her talk and laugh, and she laughing and stuff. So I'm like, again, Simone don't want to hear nothing anybody got to say if they're in any kind of support of Cecil. She just doesn't, and I feel like that's not fair. And I also felt like a lot of people kept cutting Cecil off and not letting him express himself. And my thing is, y'all want this man to express himself and say how he loves his wife. Well, let him express himself. Y'all just would not let him. They kept cutting him off. Like, dog. And I'm like, it was honestly getting on my goddamn nerves. And I'm like, you can't expect him to tell you how he feels if you won't allow him to talk. Like, that's just not how it works. So they then go to the discussion of the female best friend and how she wants Cecil to like not mess with her. I'm weirded out about this conversation. I had a best friend, and we were best friends for a couple of years. Now, we did date for like 2 weeks. We wasn't compatible. We became best friends. We had been best friends for a couple of years. And every time he would get in a relationship, the girl would not like me as a friend, even though they did not know we used to talk. They just was like, you can't have a female friend. So he would like stop being my friend. Like every time he would get into a relationship, and when him and the girl would break up, he would be my friend again. And it wasn't until, he got married that he stopped like completely talking to me. So for me, I can see it from the perspective of the friend, meaning I don't want him at all. I'm no threat to your marriage, but he was my friend before he was your husband. And if y'all break up, I'm going to continue to be his friend. And it's weird to be like, well, the husband should choose the wife because that's his wife. Well, bitch, you can't just say fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there should be some kind of line. And I feel like if you are truly friends, you should befriend the wife. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if they've been married for 21 years, has she been an issue for 21 years? And has she always been his best friend? Because my thing is, if she has not been his best friend for 21 years, if it's been anything less than that, meaning she came into the picture after he had Simone in his life, then Simone has every single right to be like, I don't like that bitch because she wasn't there beforehand. Look, I don't care if y'all believe me or not. I'm a firm believer in anyone who was my man's friend and just his friend. And the bitch gotta befriend me. And they just friends. I don't have no issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the one that wants to break up friendships. I think the issue with Simone and Cecil and this lady could be she wasn't a friend of his before they got married. This probably a bitch he met after they got married and they just became good friends, and Simone ain't never liked the bitch and she just let it go. And was like, whatever. But you know, Simone does say the lady being his friend is an issue in their marriage for her. That is one of her issues. And he brings up how his issue is they don't spend enough time together. You know, they're not enjoying each other's company and all this stuff. Honey, Simone get into all that. Well, I'm busy. I got 2 full-time jobs. I'm a doctor. We be filming. I don't have time. Basically making excuses. And when Cecil say, well, Simone, I be feeling neglected. And that ain't true. And so like, you can't tell him that's not true. You can't tell him how he feels. It's a full-on mess. You know, from there, they talking. You know, Simone saying, you know, he won't fight for the marriage. Cecil saying she won't fight for the marriage. Cecil saying the doctor gave us a task to write each other love notes. I wrote a long love note. I took my time to write it. She wrote hers in the car on the way to the restaurant. Meaning she don't take stuff serious. You know, she brings up how he invited the girl, who we found out her name is Tammy, to their house for Christmas, and she was pissed off because the girl was there for 8 days and she lived in the same city. And I said, well, I agree. If you live in the same city and you have your own goddamn house, why are you at our house for 8 days? And Christmas ain't but 2 days. You got Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and bitch, go home. Like, what other day? I mean, did she stay from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day to all the way up to after New Year? That would be kind of weird to me. But if she is like his sister, families spend time together like that. So it's a weird thing of, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't be married to a man who has a female friend who I have a complete problem with. Because my thing is, I would have had a problem from the beginning if she's a new bitch. Okay, I would have forever had a problem. And I would have nipped it in the bud. And I guess the issue is, she said, you know, I've been telling her for years. She's been an issue for the past 5 years. For the past 5 years, he's known she was the issue, and he won't stop being friends with her. And now I'm like, well, goddamn it, Cecil, you know. But he's saying that he's asking her to do things and she won't do it, so he ain't gonna give up his friend if his wife not even willing to do. It's a whole bunch of bullshit back and forth between them two. They both are to blame for it. You know, she's saying how he won't fight. He's saying she won't fight. And it's just a mess. You know, even with Cecil saying how she talking about how she has 2 jobs, like I do too. He like, I film too. He like, so I have my regular job and I have to film too. So like, so we both busy, but we can't allow that to make us not be a couple. And, you know, Jackie sound, you know, sometimes as a doctor, you know, when we come home, we just don't have the energy to be Susie Homemaker. we don't have the energy to do that. But I'm like, that ain't doing this. You can't do that, because that's how you and Curtis got into y'all situation. You was too damn busy and too damn tired to fully commit to your marriage. And your husband did some dumbass shit and went and cheated. Stupid Curtis. But at the same time, you have to put time into your marriage. You do, because if you don't, it is bound to fail. Look at Jackie and Curtis. Look at Simone and Cecil. Hell, look at Quad and Gregory. They not putting the proper time and love and dedication they need to in their marriages for whatever reasons. And I think for all three of them couples, they are blaming each other in some form or fashion. I think Jackie and Curtis are on the road to getting it figured out. Quad and Gregory on their way to this being out. And it was a mess. They had to take a break. And we see how Simone does seem to be the one who more wants a divorce. Not everyone, like Simone has left the stage. She like backstage on a little break or whatever. Everybody going up to Cecil, saying, you need to stop being friends with Tammy. You need to not do that. He like, well, I don't want to stop being friends with her. And then Simone still throw her up in my face every time we argue, and she not gonna do her due diligence to fix whatever we have going on. Heavenly said how they both wrong, because neither one of them are putting the other one first, which is true. Happened for the first time was true. And I felt like I was hoodwinked and bamboozled, because they on this break, Cecil, Dr. Jackie, Curtis, Eugene, Toya, Heavenly, they all talking to Cecil. We then see Toya go talk to Simone, saying, he's willing to stop being friends with the lady Tammy. Can you admit that's a huge step, and maybe not go through the divorce, and also meet him halfway and do something for him or whatever? Honey, she come out. They, got some him sitting next to her. They talking, holding hands, having this whole heart to heart. I said, now y'all done made us sit through a goddamn 2.5 part reunion, thinking Simone ass gonna get divorced, and now they chick talking, everything gonna be okay. Honey, they didn't call off the goddamn divorce. I said, well, goddamn it, now I wasted a goddamn hour. I'm like, this. I was very shocked. He says how he never wanted a divorce, how he wants to end the friendship with Tammy. He says, but I need you to hear me when I tell you I feel neglected. And when the therapist gives us instructions and things to do, you need to fully follow through with them. If you tired, we can't use that as an excuse to not be together. If we tired, we're going to be tired together out somewhere. We're going to go to the movies and fall asleep together. And I said, that's a good thing to do, because it's still quality time. And, she then says, that she's okay, they're gonna call off the divorce or hold off on divorce, and they kiss. I'm like, well, god damn it. Now y'all good? I swear I feel hoodwinked and bamboozled, simply because I'm like, they announced how they announced their divorce on here. She kept talking about how she was filing for divorce. She was even on Watch What Happens Live after the thing was announced, and she kept saying, well, no, we're gonna still get divorced. I get, because the divorce information leaked, they wanted to keep the information of them canceling the divorce a secret. I completely get that. I still feel hoodwinked and bamboozled, but it's a blessing. You don't want anyone's marriage to end. I like how, for the most part, all the ladies were able to rally around. They really are a weird, dysfunctional family, because most time they hate each other. Sometimes they love each other. Nothing much happened after that. We see Heavenly saying how, she at first was scared to speak about the issues in her marriage, because she just felt like if you bring up these issues, it's going to ruin the marriage. But she said, seeing everyone rally around Simone and Cecil and have this thing where the show kind of stopped being recorded, and they were just trying to get them to have a conversation, because Simone was so closed off and didn't want to talk, and no one was giving Cecil a chance to speak, and they kind of worked to get them to talk, and it worked. So Heavenly saying how now she feels more open to bringing up her issues and working through her issues, because you see that it's not the end of the world to do that. I thought that was great. You know, we see even Mariah saying how she felt, you know, for the most part, a part of the group, because they all kind of work together. We see Qua saying how she can't see herself still married. I said, girl, neither can we. So, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, the show kind of ended on there. We know there's going to be a season 6 because, you know, at the end of the day, Married to Medicine is a popular show. So, that's my review, people. You know, if you have not done so already, please go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because people be saying, I want to see her more about what she do in real life. And I post myself on my Instagram. And that's J_Lee's Corner on IG. You can also subscribe to my channel. And other than that, you know, it's 3:13 in the morning, which I know y'all don't know that. And mama going to bed because I got reviews to do tomorrow and I got some house stuff to do. So I am J Lee. This is J Lee's Corner. Peace.